Okay, day 2 of the shoot up here, but part 3 of our Wilmington Stripers episodes. This little series has been going on all week. So if you are a fan and you've missed the last video or two, go down in the description below and you will see the links for this series. And to give you a quick, I guess, rundown of what's going on, just so you know, we made a trip up here to Wilmington, North Carolina to fish with Captain Jot Owens. And this is more or less a behind the scenes look at this show that we're shooting on Stripers. And it has not been the easiest show to shoot. We've been dealing with cold front, and today it's, again, super chill. Frost all over the truck, frost all over the boat. I'm sure it's sitting down there at the boat shed because we charged it last night. And my team is in the gas station getting Celsius and whatever else to keep them going. But anyhow, I want to take you out to the action. We're headed down to the boat ramp, and we're going to drop in and we're going to make something happen today because we have to. Pressure is on. I mean, really on now. We've only got 4 fish for this episode. It's a long drive up here, and I want to make sure, well, we hit a home run. So get ready to jump on board and freeze your blank off and join us for some striper fishing with Captain Jot Owens. See you out there. Second day on the water for this shoot. Day 3 total invested in it. And we are here at a bridge on the Cape Fear River, and the boats are in the water. Both Jot Owens Sr. in his camera boat, and I've got Captain Jot. Well, he's going to be piloting my boat. About ready to turn the AC on. I didn't think I could be colder, but I'm going to be a little bit colder in about 5 minutes. Alright, here we go. Hurry up and wait. Remember how I told you how television shot? The team's already telling me to hold up because they want to do the whole meet and greet on the side of the boat here. So I'll let you guys go. We'll get this stuff done. Next time you join us, be riding down the river again. All right, we have reached the first place that we're going to fish here on the Cape Fear. Jot, what are we going to do, Jot?
We're going to throw some swim baits, my friend. We're going to catch some stripers.
All right, we're just going to bang on these things and just power fish. Yep. We don't really have another plan. We're just throwing big swim baits and making things happen. So,
I mean, it can be a you know, a 4 fish stop, or it can be 4 stops and 1 fish. I mean, that's the grind of this fishery. Just because of the water and the temperatures, and you know, every day's different. Every day's different.
All right. Well, leave you guys looking at that eagle up there in that big tree, dead tree to the left of the pine. And we're going to get after it. These points, and you can see these little minor points that don't look like a lot, but they offer a current break because you can literally see the seams in the current. And these stripers, the way they feed, they get in those eddies and those seams. But they're also using these breaks on these longer points because that point doesn't just end right there. It kind of trickles or matriculates down underneath the surface there, and there's probably some more wood there. And they lay behind it. So lots of snags. Tough for swim bait guys. Really tough. All right, let's get after it. That thing, I clobbered it. I thought for sure we had a striper there, my friend.
Yeah, he had no problem with that
That's a 5-inch swim bait.
God, it's gone.
And yeah.
Hook.
I got a pair of pliers.
Yeah, give me a pair of pliers there. He's doing the spin, just like a
I mean, he's
striper
thick
does. Look
too.
at that. You think he ate that thing?
He's thick too. You gotta be a strong redfish to bait that big.
Himself.
All right, I'm gonna come over there.
Okay.
Can I get over there, Pops?
Yes, you can.
Call them pups.
Ah, here we go. Just had to get the angle right. Had to get the angle right. What a pretty fish.
That's like one I've catch there.
Yeah.
Good job.
Beautiful fish.
Gotta love it when a plan comes together.
Are we knocking the sides off of that one?
That would be a negative.
We're not knocking the sides off.
Wrong host.
Wrong host.
Wrong host.
You gonna come on over?
We're dealing with all this cypress and all these cypress knees in here, and getting hung up. Well, it's a big part of it.
It is. Yeah, I have this morning now surpassed CA with 3 hangs.
Yes.
He had 2. Yes, we're keeping track.
Yes.
Hey!
And we're
Always
freed up
nice when
once
that
again.
happens.
Freed up once again.
All right, let's go catch fish and not timber.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm out of the lumber business now.
I'll make sure.
All laugh.
Come down here.
All
yeah,
laugh.
and strip down to just the boots. Oh yeah. It was almost a dirty.
Mm-hmm. Got him. We're getting them. Whew. We made a run. And it's about, what, midday?
Midday, yeah.
Midday. 2 good eats here in the last 2 hours. 1 redfish and one more striper. So, just to really give them enough to edit, we're going to have to knock out at least 2 fish. So, we've got our work cut out for us. If not, these guys will have their work cut out for them. They're smiling at me because they know it's true. All right, let's get after it. We are going to make a bait change to the Mullitron. This is going to get it done. I just got a feeling. Let's try it. What'd I tell you? Through that Mullitron for
Look over here, Josh.
about 5 minutes.
Push him out a little bit. There you go. Look this way.
I'm not sure if he's still there. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I told him the bait change is gonna matter. It's gonna matter. Mullet they're eating. No wonder these big Hercules and these line through Mullitrons work so well.
Yeah, they're not afraid to hit a big bait. They're
not
not
afraid
afraid to hit a big bait. Not at all.
No. Oh, we got
Yeah, I got it.
We got Jack on board
Oh yeah.
with so much fashion sense.
Things about to get real.
So much fashion sense. You can tell we don't have a good time doing this. You can tell. In our last spot, sun's getting low, and I think this is it. We don't get them here, we are headed back, and we are going to wrap up the second day of the shoot, and we definitely have enough fish.
Yeah.
We definitely have enough fish after today.
It turned on pretty decently there.
Yeah. Caught another redfish, caught some more stripers. We're in a good situation for a great episode that we can't wait to share with you guys next spring in season 18. But let's just see if we can add to the mix. We still have interviews to do and a little bit of B-roll footage on the way back. So this is definitely going to be the last stop.
I'm just gonna put it on here. Someone's got to have a camera in the position.
What you need, Cam?
Yep. I think we're in the shot down here. Are we not?
I'm making it so you're not.
Okay.
Hold it back up. Just
No, it's fine. Let's just go.
All right. Put this one in the water.
Another amazing catch.
Pretty fish. Hammered it. Hammered it.
I
Hammered
mean,
it.
for as cold as it was today, just, man, we really rallied here
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I mean, this water is really stained and really cold. Really cold. We're good. Woo! We were covered up the whole time.
I swear.
So we're getting ready to do interview time with Captain Jot. Fellas are over here setting up the shot. See what it looks like. Try to get this Yamaha kind of as a backdrop for the Hell's Bay. And they're discussing strategy right now.
I'm a little taller than Rod.
Oh boy. Oh boy. What are we doing, Cam?
Trying to use this tripod to get this interview to be a dirty interview.
You have to hold it.
Explain the nomenclature in dirty. What does that really mean?
Nomenclature.
That means pretty unbelievable. Something that is breathtaking.
Dirty is breathtaking.
Basically.
It's so incredible that you have to take a shower afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's dirty.
very.
Very dirty. All right, we're gonna see what you got.
Make up.
Make it.
Make up. Make up. Talk a little bit about talk about the striper fishing a little bit. So let's talk about the last episode. Talk about this, the ideal, you know, where these fish live and where you're typically catching them, and kind of why. Explain that a little bit.
So that's what we're looking for, a scenario to catch them.
Correct.
So like ideal conditions for these stripers in the Cape Fear River are going to be water temperature for me is going to be anywhere from 60 to 50 degrees. It can be in the 40s and you'll catch them, but I like it to be in the 50s. Less rain, less wind, clear waters. The water's already pretty brown, but you get that sweet tea clear look. That's the best. And then you put on top of that a good tide flow. And it can be rising, it can be falling, but find breaks or seams in that tide line or on those tides, and you're going to find those fish, creek mouths, drop-offs along the river, reed grass lines where you know that there's going to be a couple steps of drop-off. As long as you have that current, icing on the cake, you're going to see some bait up there, going to see some mullet jump in, and then that's going to kind of full circle to what you're looking for.
Good job. Talk about how you told my dad in the very beginning that had the mullet in his mouth or whatever, right? I mean, I don't know how common that is for you to see normally.
That was a big mullet. But so now we're not worried about that. We're talking
Correct. Now,
okay,
yeah,
we're talking post.
Talk
Okay.
about the aggression specifically of striped bass.
Okay, yeah.
How even when they have a fish lodged in
So I
their
can talk
throat-
about that now. We're
Correct.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
talk about the situation.
But so talk about even like they have a fish lodged in their throat, they're still looking for the
Still,
next
they're
bait.
still hunting. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So we were talking about how we're throwing big baits, and there's. So we talked about throwing big baits, and big baits pay off for these fish. But interestingly enough, one of the nicer stripers we caught had a probably 8 to 9 inch mullet sticking out of its mouth, the tail of it, when I brought it in. And so, you know, that fish, that mullet was in his throat, and he still decided to eat another 6-inch bait. Pretty amazing. Just shows you how aggressive these fish are, and they are true predators. You just got to get that bait in front of them.
Good job. Good job.
That's a good run, y'all.
It was a good run.
Cameron, are you a teetotaler?
What is that?
Non-drinker.
Yeah,
He's a teetotaler.
a teetotaler. Yeah, water.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you all enjoyed this little behind the scenes look or peek into the Wilmington Striper Show that featured Captain Jot Owens and in a sense actually featured Lateral Media, the company that is spearheaded by not only my son Cameron, but by Spencer Murphy. There are probably 5, 6, and sometimes even 7 young people that are integrated into lateral media, but they do make these shoots a lot of fun. For me, yes, nepotism says, of course it's fun for me. I'm able to spend time with my son. But I think for all involved, our camera operator, boat operator in this was Jot Owens Sr. And we call him Big Jot. And Big Jot was just tickled to death at being able to hang out with 2 20-somethings and just, well, fling it all day long. You could hear the cackling and the giggling over on the other boat. When you put people together that are across a few generations, sometimes it's not a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. It's good to have different viewpoints, and it's good to see how these things are actually shot. Now, I do realize there were probably some antics and some things said that were inappropriate, but I didn't want to leave any of this stuff out. That's the actual stuff that happens on these shoots, and it's just a lot of fun. Now, naturally, we could not shoot a YouTube video and a television production, which we had a lot of money invested, or I should say I have a lot of money invested, so that it reveals everything. I will say that we caught, or Jot actually caught, all 4 species that you can catch in the Cape Fear, other than the 5th one, which would have been a bass if we would have went up one of the creeks. But he ended up catching a speckled trout, a flounder. He caught 2 or 3 redfish, and then he caught a number of stripers. And then I caught a couple of stripers. I caught the bigger redfish, and it was just a good 2 days of fishing. And when we started this series, and if you haven't seen the whole series, you should go back and check the links in the description and watch it. I said, that's the way television is shot. It's really shot in one day. And then we took the time, to shoot stuff around the USS North Carolina, and we took time to shoot some of the waterfront zone. We took time to do Jot's interview, my interview, which wasn't seen in this, and then the actual tackle breakdown of the rods, the reel, the line, the leader material, the baits themselves, that will all be, well, shown to you all on Waypoint Television when it airs in April. Now, this will be a part of season 18 for us, the Wilmington Striper Show, and I think you're going to enjoy it after you get to see this part of it. What happened on the ride there, all the prep that I made in the first part of this deal. And then, the culmination of actually making it happen and going to the oyster bar and toasting to a successful trip. So that's what does it, and as again, I'll go back and digress. As much as I believe that television is being diluted, outdoor TV is being diluted every year, and digital short story stuff is becoming more and more popular, there's always going to be a place for it. And I've really cut my teeth and made my bones doing it for a long time, and I see us being able to go the distance doing it because we have built all this other media around it to lift it up and support it. But in the end, I do believe, down the road, 5, 6, 7 years from now, I do believe most of us will learn to watch stuff like this on YouTube that is very organic, and it will become more of the norm, and the other stuff will be so polished, you'll have to invest more time in it. This is a crazy world we live in, that everything happens so fast, and people want it right now. So I promise the next video you see from us all, we'll be right back doing tips. We've got a great holiday buyer's guide coming up this next week. And then we've got some good tips on speckled trout fishing coming up, and clearwater red fishing coming up. So don't miss out on that. This was just kind of a break from that type of action as we move into the holidays and the end of the year. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of material up here. We're working on videos right now. If you like what you're seeing here on FlatsClass YouTube, you really enjoy not only the tutorials, but you see our latest podcast stuff on the Tidewater Diaries here. You see all the episodes of FlatsClass Television here. You see cool little behind the scenes things, and then of course the fishing tips and tutorials that I alluded to earlier. If you enjoy that kind of stuff, do me a favor, subscribe, like, comment, share. We want to grow this YouTube following to a point where I can have a full-time videographer with me, just like on the television shows, part of the Lateral Media team, and we can take you on these trips to the Bahamas, out to Texas and shoot with guys out there on big speckled trout fishing. Maybe go even further up into the Northeast, above where Jot lives there in North Carolina, and target those larger stripers that are up there in that zone around Chesapeake. Can't do that unless all of you are in my virtual classroom each and every day. Okay, that's all I've got for now. Catch you guys on the next FlatsClass YouTube episode.